Welcome to the Under Construction Podcast with me, Martin Williams. Here we talk about how to build or rebuild your life one step at a time.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Under Construction Podcast. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. All the links to the podcast can be found at guidedexpressions.com/podcast with an S. Today, I wanted to talk to you about confidence attracts answers. So I was working the other day and I was at a place where I could not figure out what to do. I've talked about my job briefly. I'm in the clinical research field and I have a role of being a project manager, right? So it can get very busy. And one of the things that happens a lot is that, in the midst of the busyness, there'll be times when I have to figure something out and I kind of have to figure it out on the fly. And a lot of people have jobs like that. I'm not saying my job is the only job where that comes up, but, there's times when I really, even with the level of experience that I have, I don't always know what to do. So that situation happened earlier this week. And it was a situation where I couldn't really sit on it. I couldn't sleep on it. Like I had to make a decision of what to do and how to move forward. And so, I'm going to go back a little bit. So I used to really have a problem with just confidence as a man, as a person. And when I wasn't confident in myself, I couldn't find answers. Like I couldn't really access the wisdom that's available to us all, right? I couldn't really move forward because I wasn't in the stance of getting the answer, right? A lot of times we don't know what to do, what to say, where to go because, we're scared and we're scared of making a wrong choice or we're scared of, not getting it right or, disaster coming or whatever the case may be. But whenever you're in that stance, if you stay in that stance, you're not going to be able to access the answers that you need because that's not where they are, right? You have to trust yourself. That's really what all confidence is. Confidence is basically trust. And having self-confidence is trusting yourself. And when you trust yourself, you are basically elevated to the level of wisdom where the answers are, right? So what I did is that I just took a breath and I said, okay, I've been doing this for a while, this particular job and this particular industry, I've been doing this for a while. Like I can figure this out. The answer is there. And sure enough, when I took that stance of, yeah, I can figure this out, that's when the answer came, right? So that's how important confidence is. It's important because without it, it can be very difficult to access the necessary mindset, the answers, the ideas. You can't access it feeling sorry for yourself, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you don't know enough, feeling like you don't, you're not supposed to be in that particular position. It's very difficult to access it there because the answers are not there. The answers are always on a higher level. So I know I'm taking like a round trip here, but I just want you to understand that the higher your confidence is, you can access higher levels of wisdom. You can access higher levels of answers. You can't access it down where you're feeling sorry for yourself. You're down on yourself. You're thinking about, oh man, I messed up before. I'm going to mess up again. You can't access what you need in that attitude, right? So if you ever feel confused or you ever feel like, I don't know what to do, this thing seems too hard, always have the confidence that you can do anything, right? Even when you don't have the evidence. Maybe you've failed many times before and you don't know how you're going to be able to get yourself out of this predicament. But always enter it from the stance of confidence. Stand on that, because God is, inside. I believe God is inside of all of us, and he has all the answers, right? He has all the answers. So you don't have to know everything in your conscious mind when you have, the wisdom of the ages on the inside of you. You just have to access it, and you access it through confidence, right? So when I took that stance of confidence, and I was like, I know what to do. I'm tripping, right? I'm overthinking. I know what to do. And I stayed in that mode, and then the answers started coming. And, it was simple at that point. And I said, I'm just going to do this, this, and this. And then it was done. It was over. And so you can apply it to anything. You can apply it to business. You can apply it to money. You may be in a position where you don't know how you're going to make it to the end of the month, right? But if you had the confidence that, I'm going to make it to the end of the month, that's not going to be an issue. I know I'm going to have more than enough resources to make it to the end of the month. And so you get into that mode of confidence where you're going to make it, and then you stay there, right? You don't go from one to the next, right? You take control of your mind and you focus on the desired end result, where you say, I am going to have more than enough resources for whatever I need to do, but at the end of the month, I know I am. And then the ideas will start coming. It's like, I could sell this. I could drive Uber. I could go online and make some money. I can, maybe pick up a second job for a little bit, right? Someone will come and say, hey, can you help me out with this? And, I'll pay you $1,000. And that's exactly what you needed to make it to the end of the month, right? That's how confidence works, right? Confidence draws the answers. It pulls the answers down from wherever they are. I mean, they're here, but like I said, when you're feeling down about yourself, you can't access those answers. You can't get in contact with those answers. You don't know where they are because, they're being kept from you. You got to have confidence in order to break through that. So if you ever feel like you're unclear or you have a lack of clarity, check your confidence level. Do you really feel like you're going to figure out the answer? Do you really feel like you're going to be successful in whatever it is that you're attempting to do? Or do you feel kind of iffy about it? If you feel iffy about it, I'm telling you from experience, you're not going to get the answer that you need. Get confident, feel confident within yourself, and you'll draw the answer down. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Under Construction Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you soon.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Under Construction Podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud. For more information on Guided Expressions courses and products, go to guidedexpressions.com/products.